from the bottom of my heart, I shouted, Swami, even now I remember that. The whole thing I'm leaving it to you. It's not in my hands now. It is you who have to protect me. That an old man like Shirdi Baba with a jolna bag on his side, on his shoulders, he is coming into the house with all that, kafni and all that. And from Swami's photo, from the eye, suddenly a star-like light came out. Small star, twinkling one, just came out. From there, he is looking at my mother. Where are your children? Let them in. These are the two words he spoke. I immediately pleaded innocence. I put a face like this. Oh, Swami, no, Swami. Swami said, hey, at 2:15, between the 5th rack and 6th rack, in the library, you are talking, no? He said. He identified the location, place. Om Shri Sai Ram. My prayerful salutations at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagawan. It is a blessing to be here throughout this 1 hour or so, 1.5 hours time that I have at my disposal. Let it be His words that come out of my mouth. It's really a miracle that I am standing here addressing a gathering. Why I say this, I will keep it for a later time when the appropriate time comes. All of us have come to Swami through various kinds of experiences. Each one would have had his own way of getting attracted to his presence and then experiencing his love and grace. Let me, without wasting time, let me quickly go through my early childhood days. As I said, we come to Swami sometimes through certain very affecting experiences. Sometimes it becomes so natural that our parents are already devotees of Bhagavan and we just fall in line as a kid. And we don't ask any questions. It just gets into our system that Bhagavan is divine, Bhagavan is God. Maybe at the stage of childhood we may not know much, but over a period the whole thing sinks in slowly, little by little. That is the case with me. My father was earlier a great devotee of Shirdi Sai. You see, if you actually go through, my feeling is this, if you go through our own ancestral lineage, there will be someone who has already associated himself with a great spiritual being. And that tradition continues. And you see, in the evolution of our soul also, as we keep taking births after births, as we evolve, we reach a stage where we reach the lotus feet of an avatar. It is not an ordinary thing, isn't it? Such a great blessing to be in His presence when He is physically alive, living with us, talking to us, spending time with us. That is something totally unimaginable. That way, this life of ours is extremely precious. It's not to be wasted away. This thought should be there in all of us all the time running at the back. Because simply not possible. Children who are born now, they don't see the avatar physically. Though luckily if they are born in the Sai family, that is something good. Otherwise, even otherwise also, I used to think, even during his avatarhood, what percentage of devout people have come physically close to Swami? Physically have seen Him and experienced His love and grace. That is a small percentage, isn't it? So, that way, we are so blessed. And, I was a kid. When I first saw Swami, I was 2 years old. somewhere 1960. I was born in 1958. 1960 was the time, or 60 or 61 probably. And, that earlier my father was, as I said, Shirdi Sai devotee. He was constantly, going through Shirdi Sai Ashtottam. In his family, my father's grandfather, that family was very big. And too many children. And he was eighth. Therefore he was named Krishnamurti, eighth child. And he only had that spiritual bent of mind, the entire family. And my grandfather was a great devotee of Sri Ramana Maharshi of Tirunnamalai. And he used to go to Tirunnamalai as an advocate, a leading advocate in a town called Dindigal near Madurai. He used to supply, this what we call hill plantains. You must have heard about hill bananas. And that bananas, basket loads he will send for his Jayanti celebrations. That was the connection he had with Ramanashramam. And he used to take only my father along with him to see to the presence of Ramana. No other child he will take along with, because he had that thing in him. See, that's how, he used to constantly keep reading Ashtotram in his pocket, and keep reading it. Once, he had an attack of typhoid fever. Those days there was no medicine for typhoid. He was in the house, on the veranda, front veranda, he was lying down. That family had seen quite a few kids passing away. So, they used to just forget it and go on. That's how the life used to be. And he was lying. And in his sleep, he had a dream early morning at 4:30. That an old man like Shirdi Baba with a jolna bag on his side, on his shoulders, he is coming into the house with all that, kafni and all that. Opening the door, coming inside and sitting next to him, or rubbing his forehead with some udi and all that, and going away. You won't believe, early morning, 6 o'clock when the sun was rising, someone opened, the door was a little far away, the wooden door. He is sleeping, still lying, closing his eyes. He heard a sound of opening of the latch of the front gate. He saw a figure entering, and the figure was exactly the same as the one he saw in the dream. The man entered, all the others were inside the house. They entered, there was 4 or 5 steps for the veranda in front of the house. He climbed the steps, sat next to my father. He said, "You are not well, isn't it?" And then from his bag, he took some vibhuti, rubbed on his head. He was shocked. He didn't know what is happening. And then by then, my grandfather had come out and he said, they were hospitable those days. When they saw a saintly person coming to the house, he said, "Please take your seat. Please have something. We'll give you." And then they wanted to give him some food and some water and all that. He said, "No, I will come afterwards. Okay, I just came to see him." And then he left. And in a day, he woke up, he got relieved of the typhoid fever. He was completely normal. Next day, he started walking. That was the kind of experience which he had. See, that is how the grooming was there. And then when he became a district munsif, after BA, he did his BL and became a district munsif, lowermost judge in the hierarchy of judiciary. He was judiciary in the lowermost court. Judge will be posted in a very small town, very small village those days. There will be only one court, civil court. It's called District Munsif's Court. He is appointed there. And what happens is, Swami, as I said, there are so many kinds of experiences that we have. See, I have thought about it and classified it. I don't know whether you'll agree with me. The first kind of experience is the one which Swami gives, which is like a visiting card, a miracle which he performs to you. It's like welcoming you into his family. And what is the way to let you know that he has come for you? So therefore he performs a miracle and then you are attracted to him. That is the first kind of experience. The second one he does is to strengthen your faith. The second kind of experience is, you get something phenomenal, something happening to you. You know for sure that but for his will, that would not have happened. It's, such a dramatic experience. And then you fall in line. You become, we say, colloquial term, you fall flat. Okay, totally surrender to him. And then you start doing what he wants. Swami says, "No, I have come to give you what you want so that later on you will like what I want to give you." So that is Swami's statement. So And then that is how, one day what happened when he was a Munsi, those days, there used to be various kinds of cases. Like sometimes some cases are very small, simple ones, which can be disposed of very quickly. There will be some very old cases, what you call them as old suits, heavy ones. The property worth will be crores of rupees. And there will be a fight for that property between two parties. And the parties, they will not be satisfied with any judgment of any court. Sometimes what happens, they have money. So they can go up to Supreme Court, go on appealing. If a High Court judgment they are not satisfied, they will still appeal to Supreme Court. It happens. Sometimes, rare cases, they are not satisfied with the Supreme Court judgment also. Then what happens? That case is posted to, again, a lower court of a different jurisdiction, where the area, their land, where it doesn't belong to. That different jurisdiction it is posted. And that judge has to try. And what usually happens is, those cases will lie in the racks in the record room, and any of these people will not touch those cases because they know it is difficult. It has gone up to Supreme Court, it has failed. Therefore, they will rarely not touch them. And also, to go into that case will be too complicated. They have to examine too many witnesses and take deposition of their statements. It takes a long time to go through it. But my father, basically a slogging person, very devoted, sincere person, duty conscious. What he did was, he felt pity. Poor people, they have been waiting for such a long time. And he took over that case. See, he is a junior most person, judge, and he still has superiors over him who are watching over his performance. You see, your performance is watched by the senior courts. The district court judge will be giving appraisals about your performance, after lower court judge. So this is how it goes on. And unknowingly, he took over this case. And it dragged for a long time. Normally what happens is, once a judge takes up a case, he himself fixes the date of judgment of that case. And then within that he has to finish all it's only an approximate kind of a thing, but judgment date cannot be modified. It is difficult to change it. So they will somehow hurry up to finish the case within that. They have to first hear the people, both the sides, parties' statements, and then the advocates' arguments. This is a court procedure. After their arguments are completed, the judgment will be reserved on a particular day, and then judgment will be given. It has come to that point that tomorrow morning is a judgment day. Till tonight, he had nothing to decide. He could not decide what to do in this case. He was thoroughly shaken up. He was in his office upstairs, and it was night, very late night. He used to sit late night and keep reading the bundles. And then, what they do is, the advocates also, to support their own arguments, they will cite the favorable cases in the previous judgments, and then they refer those volumes of law books, and they will send them to the judge for him to go through. So there will be a rack in the house, will be full of these books sent by both the advocates, lawyers. And it is for him to pick up those things and just read through both and then come to a conclusion on his own. So it happened that it was 11 o'clock in the early morning. Normally what happens is, a shorthand writer comes in the morning. He will dictate the judgment in the house, and it will be typed at the office and then pronounced in the court hall. That's how it happens. And by then we had slept. We were kids, I was 2-3 years old, 4 years. I had slept. And then he was reading, and those days, the wooden office tables and a chair on top. Those days in Puttaparthi, they used to be selling only the printed photos of Swami, big ones, So there was no camera photos. The printed photos, Swami sitting in that chair, Abhay Hastam with a garland. You must be remembering those things. And one with an yellow robe and burst size, all that. And he had one such photo above on the wall. And what they will do, they'll hit a reaper and hang it. It will be slanting like that. Those days, good old days of having photographs in the house. So he was looking at this photograph, and ultimately he left to Swami. See, this is what happens. It's a similar case of Gajendra Moksham story. Okay. So he had done all his effort. He failed finally. Therefore, he resorted to Swami. Swami always says, make your efforts. Okay. If your efforts are important, you pray along with it. Okay, then I will come and help you. If you don't do anything and keep on praying, nothing will happen. That is Swami's dictum for all of us. So therefore, he has done his effort, sincere effort, but he couldn't come to any conclusion. So what happened? He was looking at the Swami's photo and his tears started flowing. Swami, what will I do tomorrow morning? I will cut a very sorry figure. what to do. And he was crying, praying to Swami. And from Swami's photo, from the eye, suddenly a star-like light came out. Small star, twinkling one, just came out. He thought it is some kind of a illusion, optical illusion. Because already he was in tears. He wiped out all the tears and started watching. And it was there. And it slowly came down from the photograph. Came down. So it came down, he was, following that. He was totally shocked and surprised. But he kept watching that. It slowly moved. Slowly moved and moved and moved, went to the right-hand side where the book racks were kept. And it went. Went further, entered into one of the books. That book is not a thin book. It's what is called quinquennial digest of 10 years, decades judgments of high courts and supreme courts. This big volume, 1,000 odd pages. And one thing very interesting is, those days, like now what we have, like 2 space and 1.5 spacing, all that was in there. Tightly packed lines, from top to bottom. And the papers used to be very thin. And 1,000 to 2,000 pages, the book is so thick. This star, we entered that book, one book. We always say one thing, this is something which is always true. We have seen it as students, and this is one example. Swami, whatever Swami does is perfect to the, to the extreme, to the 100% perfect. Swami always says, yogaha karmasu kausalam. Do perfection is yoga. Okay, so whatever you do it perfectly. In the hostel also, what has to happen, he's very, very careful. We have to be. A simple thing, I'll just pass, while in the passing I'll mention and move on. We'll all be, Swami will come for dinner to the hostel. And after his discourse in the quadrangle, he'll come inside. And we'll all be, all students, some of them will be doing all the serving process. They'll be fully inside, busy. They'll first lay the mats. Okay, all of us know this. Some of us who have been students will know this. They'll lay the mats, put the plates down, all that. And then when this was going on, Swami comes inside. What Swami does? Whenever some preparations are on, and he usually comes to supervise. How he does? He puts his hands at the back and start walking. He'll go up and down, he'll walk. And then he go through, watching everything that is going on. And then one student, what happened? The tumblers, he was having pile of tumblers, stainless steel tumblers. He kept on the floor next to each plate. And when he was keeping talk, making sound, making metallic sound. Swami immediately saw, hey, he said, don't make sound. Shabda Brahmamayi. Immediate advice, reference. And immediate, don't make noise unnecessarily. Swami doesn't like unnecessary sounds. And good old days, Puttaparthi itself was such that total silence used to be the order of Prashanti Nilayam. Yes, the old mandir, especially when there only mandir and trees were there in Parthi, the only job, the Sevadals, what we used to call them as volunteers those days. The word term Sevadal came only much later. The volunteers had only one work to do. That's all. Only whoosh. Nothing else. Nothing else. And that's how it used to be. Why I'm saying is, Swami, Sabda Brahmamayi, Characharamai, Jyotirmayi, Swami will start narrating. It's a big line. It is. So like that, now Swami is perfection to the extreme. And what happened? This star entered the book and waited for my father to pick that book. It waited on top of the page. See, it is, Swami is so perfect that he didn't leave it to him to take up from that book whatever he wants. He should choose. He didn't leave that job to him because he has already struggled and he is in tears. He can't make him work again. And hardly there is any time. So what happened? The star slowly came down. He opened, kept on turning the page quickly. He was rushing through the pages. And then he found a page on which that vision, the star was still on top of the page, where that page number is written in the center. Slowly it came down, came to a second or third paragraph, and it stopped there and vanished. And it so happened that paragraph contained the exact situation of the case, and that was a judgment for that particular case which he was handling. And that suited exactly for him. And he was, even now when I think of it, I get goosebumps. So that is how he was so happy. Next day morning, he was so jubilant, Next day morning, he delivered a judgment. And that judgment, after that, both the parties had nothing to fight for. They could not argue. They had to take it. They had to digest it. whatever my father had to say, they had to digest it, and that case did not go for appeal again. And then he got commendation letters from the superiors. See, this is how Swami made him strong in his mind. And subsequently, in those days, when people go to Puttaparthi, Swami used to give interviews. So many interviews he had. And it happened for me, the very first was when I was a 3 years kid. Those days, children were never allowed inside the interview room and all that. We were all kept outside. They should not make sound. Even children were not allowed to make sounds. Anybody shouts, any kid shouts, they will be taken away outside. And they were very, what should I say, fastidious. And then one day what happened, Swami, first interview, my mother and father went inside, and my father had another charitable kind of an idea. What he used to do, he used to have a peon in his house. Because he is a judge, he'll have what you call as dalayas or chaprasi at the home. So he will always take him along for the Parthi trip. Whenever we used to normally go for all Dasaras, because he is a judge, he never had vacation except Dasara time. So only during Dasara time we were able to go to Parthi. And also, in those days, salaries were very, very little. Judiciary was very poorly paid, good old days. So he can't spend 2 or 3 times to Parthi. He'll just go once. We'll all go together. He will take the servant also along with us. And I was with the servant and they went inside. Next day, Swami found the servant and called him for the interview. You see, the blessing that they had. And what happened was that the servant was holding me in his hands. He quietly took me along into the interview room. And I was the only kid inside the interview room. And Swami, we talked to him in those days, in the upstairs when he goes in the interview room, there's a staircase. Behind the staircase, in a very small, narrow place, Swami will talk to the person one-to-one. It's a very close kind of an interview, not like the other days. Nowadays, much later, the other subsequent one room was built. Those days, that room didn't exist. So only upstairs, behind the door, below the staircase, in a small location, Swami used to talk. And that is, you can't compare that experience, Swami is very nearby in a breathing, you can feel his breathing, that kind of a proximity. So that's how when Swami blessed him and all that, Swami told him that I'll solve all your problems. He mentioned to him about his issues. That peon, that small, very poor kind of family. And he had told him about his difficulties, and then he said he will take care of his family. And then he saw me, he blessed me on the head, patted me, created vibhuti, put it on my head. And then that's how, those days when we come out, Swami always had a printed photo of the mandir. The mandir altar, Swami in the middle there was Shirdi Baba, I think. On either side, Shirdi Baba and Swami and the mandir altar, old altar. That photo, sort of a black and white or a brown color print used to be there. It will be written Bhagawan Sathya Sai Baba Prashant Relay and all that, with a border and all that. Swami had a lot of them with him. So whenever people come for interview, when they go out, he'll give one to each one of them. So that's how I also got a photograph like that. That's my initiation into the physical form of Swami. So that is how the life started. And let me now slowly move on to how it happened that I joined Swami's institution. Okay, it's a very beautiful thing what happened. 1974. And what used to happen those days was, 1972, 73, 74, there was summer courses in Vrindavan. 72 on Vedanta, 73 on Bhajagovindam, 74 on something else, I forgot. Like that. These are the Upanishads, I think. So these were the summer courses. And during 74 summer course, what we used to do was, summertime, vacation used to be there for judiciary. So my father will always, wherever Swami is in Vrindavan, summer course is going on, so we will go and we'll be there. Though we are not recruited as students or as anything like that, we are kids. So what we used to do is, quite a few devotees used to do that. Nearby Kadagudi and Balatur village, 2 villages nearby, we'll take a room. And those days they had houses where they'll cut off the portions of the house and they'll give it for rent. And that's how we stayed in one portion of a house in Balatur. And what we'll do, we'll get up early in the morning, have breakfast and take bath, come to Vrindavan. Those days, Sai Ram Shed. Sai Ram Shed was our, usual darshan time, darshan area, and we all used to assemble there. And one advantage of summer course time is that Swami used to come every morning to Sai Ramchat for giving darshan. Other days, Swami will come only on Thursdays and Sundays. But during summer, he will come every day for darshan. And therefore, we have guaranteed Swami's darshan that way. So therefore, we will be there, see Swami both morning and evening. That's the only purpose for which we went. So we went there. We were there during that 74. We went 73, 74, both the years, all the 3 years, I think. And 74, what happened? 74, 73, 74 was my pre-university course period. That is, those days when we was a student, there was no plus 2. 11th standard, 11 was the school finals. It's called SSLC. 11th was school final, and it was to be 1 year pre-university course affiliated to the University of Madras. So under university it will come, pre-university course. After that you go for degree courses. That's all. I was in that during that stage, my PUC course. I underwent the PUC course and we went for this summer course. Those days there was no, from my side there was no inclination that I should be here, go there. No sort of serious preparation for anything. Though some relatives all advised me go for engineering and all that, and I didn't really prepare for IITs and all that. And those days, that engineering admissions, there were only few colleges those days, engineering colleges. Very few, 4 or 5, 6 colleges in the whole Tamil Nadu state. And there used to be one committee, admission committee. Based on merit, they'll give, and you have to apply, giving also preference place for location for interviews. So some of these 3 smaller cities, Trichy, Coimbatore, Madurai, like that, we have to give you a place of interview, preference. My father, at that time I was in Erode. My father was in Erode as a subordinate judge. So I gave Coimbatore as my place for interview. And all PSG, everything will come under that group. And there used to be all REC principals and so many big ones, big people will be on the committee. And and it so happened, during the vacation, came to Vrindavan for summer course. And what had happened was, 1 year earlier, my first cousin, had already joined Parthi for intermediate. Though in Karnataka it was 10 plus 2. Though he did his 11th class in Gujarat, in Surat, he came to Parthi, Vrindavan, and joined plus 2. So in a way, academically wasting 1 year. Joined as an intermediate student. And then he was already there 1 year before me. 73, 74, he was there as a student of intermediate first year. And it so happened during the summer course, towards the end of the summer course, an announcement was made that Swami is going to perform Upanayanam to all the summer course attendees, whoever wants to undergo Upanayanam, as well as the hostel students who are already there in Vrindavan. Those of them who have not got Upanayanam performed, they can also join. And that's how their parents were also there at the time with us. His parents were my father's own sister. They were also there. And like us, they were also staying with us outside. At that time, what had happened? 1974, before going to summer course, just then, in the month of April, this was in June, in the month of April, under pressure from so many of our relatives, senior people, they said, this boy is so much aged, he's already in PUC, you have not yet performed his Upanayanam, it's very bad, it should have been done long ago. Due to that pressure, my father decided to perform, and we had our native house in our native place, and he arranged for it. And myself and my brother Prasanna Sai, he was a small boy, kid. Both of us together performed the Upanayanam. Upanayanam was done. So we had the official thread, Before that, they will have what we used to call the Tamil as Kallaponal, false thread. Every year a father gets the thread. This small kid also will wear one. So that is not an official one. So only when you perform the actual ceremony, it becomes official. So that's how we both of us had the thread on our chest. What happened was, when this was announced, my father we all felt very bad. My goodness, we have lost a big chance. Swami is going to perform Upanayanam. What has happened? But then there is one reason. See, we were not part of either the attendees of summer course or the hostel students. So we stand no chance of getting it done. But my father was, that is a faith, we beget, from our parents. That way, ever great. We should be ever grateful to our parents. Swami always says that. Okay, ever grateful to parents first, then only Swami says. You take care of your parents very well, I will bless you. So therefore, what happened? My father was very insistent that, okay man, why not we do like this? On the day of Upanayanam, we will come prepared. You know what is meant by preparation? Have bath, put all vibhuti and all that, have that ceremonial dhoti, and then the angavastram, upper cloth, and then come and sit in the darshan, morning darshan. If Swami calls, we will go, otherwise no. I was the college student, adolescent period. My mind rebelled. I said, what, already this is there? How ugly it will look if you go there. It is not good to go like that and sit there. I was feeling shy as well as. Mainly that is the reason. And then my father was sometimes used to be very strict, and once he shouts, done. Okay. We'll say okay, and then keep obeying his orders. We get frightened. Okay, we agreed. Then what happened? We did that. My father, myself and my brother, all three of us in ceremonial attire are walking through the Bellator road. Nowadays sometimes, you'll find some people like Krishna roles, they decorate themselves and walk on the roads on important days, like that, no? We were walking, people are watching, what? These fellows are going in these clothes. Nobody was walking like that. And we went and, those days Vrindavan Darshan used to be from the main gate, 2 rows of devotees. On one side, one Swami's main bungalow gate to the main road gate, it used to be an avenue of trees on both sides. The road used to bend like this, leading to the Swami's bungalow. And gents will be sitting on one side, ladies on the other side. We all sat. Once we all sat, Swami came out for darshan. What he will do? He'll walk in the middle. Sometimes he'll go to the ladies' side, sometimes he'll come to the gent side. We do not know whether we'll be lucky that to have him near us. Whether he sees us or not, you know that Swami always has a knack of, looking at people, ignoring people. Nobody can do like Swami. Kasturi used to say, when Swami starts ignoring you, you used to have a very classical comparison. Kasturiji used to say, you are like an unused furniture. That's the word he will use. Because you are there, but you are ignored totally. That sort of a situation. Like that. Swami came and didn't seem to bother to look at us and walked off. Went to ladies' side, completed darshan, went away. Went inside. See, understand? That time physically, it's many years since he got interview and all that. Many years. 1960s, where is it? 1974, 75, where is it? It's a long gap. After that, there was no such interviews and all that. Once Swami puts you into his pocket, that's all. You'll be there. Okay. Then don't expect much. Except when you really need it, he'll be there. That is always there, guarantee. So that is what happened. He went inside, and what happens? We are all devotees will just go near that gate. They will close that silver painted gate, grill gate, and volunteers will be standing. And we were all, we all used to just looking inside. Swami will walk inside. The bungalow used to be facing the west, old bungalow, the golden place where we have lived with Swami. You cannot get such a life, I'll tell you. That period of, I'm sure my brother Sainatayarji will vouch for it. And those days, 70s are terrific golden period. Nobody else ever had that kind of a life. And Swami went inside. Swami goes inside, that's all. Till he goes, we can see him. Once he enters the bungalow, we can't see him. Then the summer course used to be held on the backside of the mandir. There was an empty space. There they used to put that the pandals, that sort of big thing, erected pandals, and inside the pandal, this thing used to happen. Some of those classes used to go on. So for the sake of Upanayanam, they had cleared all the chairs. The good old Vrindavan chairs are one chair with a desk in front, where there's nothing like a separate desk. The chair itself will have the writing pad. That was the old Vrindavan style. And all those chairs were removed, and then things were going on, we do not know, we are outside. What happened? Just after Swami went inside, there was an announcement at the gate. The announcement was, whoever is undergoing Upanayanam, if any of their relatives are here, one of them can accompany the parents. The thing was given to one person. Permit was given to one individual. So we were, thrilled by that. Actually, one of us can go. My cousin is getting the Upanayanam done. Therefore, his parents are anyway there. So one of us can accompany. Either my mother or my father. So my father said, okay, my father sent my mother along with my aunt. So she went. So we thought, okay. Then once mother has gone inside, we have to wait till just to see what happens. We're all waiting outside. It took some time. Mother went. I am seeing my mother and my aunt walking through the aisle, crossing the bungalow, turning left for that pandal. And that once they enter, turn left. After some time, after a few minutes, my mother comes running out. Literally, she is running like that. And he is in tears. She was in tears. She comes out running and then tells, Swami is calling, Swami is calling. She's not explaining. Swami is calling. That's all. Swami is calling, come. Then we were thrilled. When she said Swami is calling, automatically the volunteers understand. So naturally, somebody is coming from inside running means it is true. Opened the door and allowed all of us inside, including my sister was also there. All of us went inside. We were not knowing what's happening. And then on the way, as we were walking, she was telling, Swami called us for this Upanayanam. Swami asked us to. We all went and there was no time to talk there. We also sat, barren chest. No one is having any threat. Two of us are having the threat. Boldly we both sat. And Swami came, distributed. Didn't bother. Look at that. He gave us threads first and then went around putting on everybody's shoulder. Bending, how many? From 300, 400, 500 people. He's bending and putting it on everybody's, shoulder properly. And the Gayatri thing was going on. And Swami himself, did the Upadesham of Gayatri over the mic. After that, special lunch was arranged for all the people. And then we had Swami's food and came out. And then when we came out, my mother relates what actually happened. Inside, as soon as these two people entered, you see, it's like this. They enter through this side. Swami is on the other side, supervising the whole, they have to keep all things, Panchabatram, all that water heater, everything. They're looking at everything. And you're watching. From there, he is looking at my mother. Where are your children? Let them in. These are the two words he spoke. Where are your children? Bring them in. Just imagine. I can't, even now when I think of it, I get tears. So this is how Swami performed Upanayanam. After that, see, that was that was a hook, for me. That was the hook by which he caught me. Though I was a devotee and all that, didn't have much feeling sort of. Like a routine type, I was attending all sevas and I used to go for bhajan, samiti, all that. Didn't have any inclination on my own. I don't know. I was that kind of a person. Swami, then we went home. Went back home and then what happened? I forgot about it. I had applied for, what happened? During that time, I had applied for Swami's college also, just like that. My cousin said, why don't you apply? Just apply. And I used to see all these boys go inside the mandir every morning. They'll go and come out slowly when Swami comes out for darshan. When we were students, we spent literally the whole day with Swami when he was in Vrindavan. Literally the whole day, except for a few hours in the afternoon. That is how it is to be. That kind of a life, nobody can imagine. Imagine when I joined, earlier strength was 60. When I joined, it became 100. We were only 100 people. And then somehow we are accommodated. Those days, our accommodation used to be it was a garage, car garage converted to hostel on the left side of the entrance gate of Vrindavan. And there was a dormitory on top. That's where we stayed. How we stayed? Not like what the facilities we have today. One bed, garage room. You can imagine garage converted to room. No sunlight, only tube light. Room, and then one bed. Next to the bed, our trunk. Those days we had only trunks, not suitcases. Steel trunks. Steel trunks. Steel trunk. That steel trunk is the border for the other student. The other slot is the next student. So this side 6 students, this side 6 students. Studying, sitting in the bed. The trunk used to be our table. One more advantage we had. Once we come out of our room, we had a dining hall. 2 rows of kadapa slab tables. We can sit there and study in the nights. That's how. And that was our life. 3 rooms were there, ground floor. And first floor, it was a dormitory. And why I am saying this is that is a kind of tough life we had. Bathroom, 3 or 4 of them, 3 of them. We used to rush and keep soap boxes to know who is going to go next. Outside each bathroom, we will arrange our soap boxes. That is the order, queue. Early morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock, we will take bath in the cold water. There was no hot water facility. Dark bathrooms, close the door, it will be pitch dark. Okay, tap only we can see. Have bath and come out. And then rush to darshan. See, that is the life, 7 o'clock, we'll quickly have something and run. And before Swami opens, what the beauty is, the year when I joined, that year onwards, Swami allowed us to come upstairs. All of us to be right standing next to, like Vaikuntha Vasal, we say, door of Vaikuntha, right opposite Swami's room door upstairs, we'll wait for Swami to open the door. This used to be our routine. And then we will not come down unless he drives us out. Literally, he will drive us out. Hey, what you are doing here? Go and have your breakfast, he'll say. We'll go have breakfast and come back and again be there. And by 9 o'clock, he'll come down for darshan. He'll say, darshan pochano, Kindapandi, college povali, helpon. He'll say, drive us out. And then we'll come down. And we'll come down, wait along the line. Swami will go for darshan, then we'll go for college. The college were not outside. Just next to Swami's bungalow was our college. Inside the mandir. Inside the campus was the college. Today, what is Kalyana Mandapam was our college those days. Different rooms were there, classrooms were there. Our lab was on the right corner, end. Okay, that is how the life used to be. And in the classrooms, how it happened? Suddenly, when we are in the classrooms, we'll be listening to the lecture. At the same time, our mischievous brother, the one who is not with us anymore, Mr. Radhakrishnan, who was a driver, my 2 years senior to me, he was driving Swami will go out around 10 o'clock, 10:30. And deliberately he'll press the horn when he's crossing the college, when he's coming in. Oh, we know Swami is coming out, going out. Our mind will be there. And suddenly, one fine day, he'll come inside, sit in the classroom. He'll come, suddenly he'll enter, you can see the nervousness of the tension of the teacher. And we used to enjoy that. And when you do something, it will come back to you, they say, I had the same thing. I had it later on when I became the teacher. Okay, that's another beautiful experience. So, what happened? Swami used to come and sit and go. And those days where life was totally different. Beautiful, beautiful. Why I'm telling you the experience I was telling, the third type of experience is, he gives you an experience to correct you. You make a mistake, you learn from it, for that he gives an experience. Another case of experience is something which is simply given to you for remembering him always. It's a source for you to recollect him. You can immediately think of it, that you can live through that and he'll be with you. I have had a time when I was blasted left and right by Swami in the open, in front of all the students, in front of all the devotees. Okay, seemingly for no fault of mine. Seemingly, I'll say. Okay, that's an incident which I'll tell a little later. So I'm saying, this is how, life used to be. And, once it happened in Vrindavan, let me give one very beautiful instance of my, sort of a miracle that happened to me. When you pray from the depth of your hearts, Swami hears it. As an example, what happened in my 3rd year BSc, we had the practical examination, chemistry. I was a MPC student, mathematics, physics, chemistry. And during the chemistry practicals, those of you who know, you will understand it, otherwise also you can follow. There were 2 experiments to be performed in the 3rd year. One is called double salt analysis, another is called titration, volumetric titration analysis. So these 2 have to be completed in 3 hours time. And those days our lab was quite small enough that what they used to do was split the class into half. The first set will get 1 experiment, titration, the other set will get salt experiment. And then in the middle, once you finish, you should take up the other one. The group will interchange. I got titration. I went about doing it. And the procedure is that you should get 3 concurrent values. Till then, you should not go for calculation, completion of the experiment. That is, you drop a liquid from one burette you call, open it. There will be another liquid in the conical flask. they'll both mingle, and at one part of time the color will change. Either it will become totally discolored, transparent, or it will change color. So at that point you should stop the flow and note down the reading, how much liquid has flown, etc., all that. And this reading should be 3 times, you should get the same reading. Until then you must proceed. And what they will do, they will give different weights to different people. It will not be the same weight of the quantity of the substance to each person. So therefore, each one's answer will be different. All of us will not have the same answer. So nobody knows what's the correct answer. I went about. What happened? I did twice. 2 times I did, and then I got some concurrent, and instead of what I did a mistake. It's a mistake, or I don't know, again induced by Swami. We should not talk in the doing examination, right? It's after all practical, not theory. We're not asking any theoretical answer. I just talked to my neighboring table colleague, classmate. Hey, I've got 2 times correct, man. Shall I stop it or shall I continue? Because I was eager to go to the next experiment. He said, why do you take risk, man? Do once more, he said. When he said that, okay, I said and started doing. What happens is, they give a salt and you dilute it to a certain volume in the flask. That liquid you have to use it. Or you go on continuously using it, that liquid got exhausted. This is one drawback in that. So 2 times I have done. Third time I do, the value became totally different compared to what I had got earlier. I was a bit shocked. Then I did the 4th time. It was different from all the previous 3. 5th time, solution got over. It was different. I was stuck. And it became 2.5 hours. I had only half an hour for my salt experiment. At that moment, you know what happens? A bad student won't bother. He'll smile and go away. Usually a good student, he'll feel as if he's getting heart attack. Because he's not seen such failures. I was from the bottom of my heart, I shouted, Swami. Even now I remember that. The whole thing I'm leaving it to you. It's not in my hands now. It is you who have to protect me. I am going to put a value that comes to my mind now. You are only giving it. I'm going to write a value and throw this away and go to the other one. I left it to you. And then I entered something. I entered a number which is not the same as all the previous numbers. Some 23.8 something. I still remember that. I entered that. And calculated. I was so crestfallen, totally. Then luckily what happened that the salt doubled salt was very easy to identify in half an hour. I could easily finish it off. Directly I did confirmatory test without going through the procedure. I was happy over it and came out, finished it. At least I'll get 15 out of 30. 30 was the marks given for practical, 70 for theory. That used to be the system then. And I was totally anyhow gone. One problem was, Swami is in Vrindavan that day. My examination from 2 to 5 in the 1 to 4 in the afternoon. After that, they are going to go to Swami. And the procedure used to be those days, even though these marks are confidential, this will come only, you will see it only when the final marks card of all the theory exams are over. In the marks card only you will know how much you got. Till then you won't know. You are not supposed to know. But when Swami was there, this internal examiner, he will convince the external examiner, we will not tell anybody, and prepare their mark list. And this mark list is a small bit of paper. Okay, this much. It will be sent to Swami. Swami will, one thing, always it used to happen in Vrindavan. Whenever we go for exams, Swami will put his hand in the, we had a beautiful room called Safe Room in Vrindavan. That room is he can write volumes about what happened in that room. Okay, this time is not enough. And what he did, what Swami used to, putting his hands in the back, he'll go up and down. He'll be tensed. Then the student. I don't know how much children are doing. I don't know how they are performing. That was the tension. You see, Swami is Maya, Manusha, Rupa, we say, why should he get tensed? Physically, he will reflect all the love and concern. That is why, we people are so much attached to Swami. You've seen so much of Swami. The physical form is so strong. This is difficult, to explain and make you understand also. It's so tough. That feeling is like that. So, Swami will be pacing up and down, upstairs. So, therefore, they still go to him. So, once he sees that list, he'll be okay. He'll somewhat calm down. And you know what happened? Let me add one more small bit in between. There used to be what is called, it existed forever, I should say, form boys and those who are not in form. Okay, Some people get into form during some form means, in the visibility of Swamis, Swami, and then Swami keeps talking to him often. Whenever he comes for darshan, he'll call him and talk to him. All that. And when he goes to Ooty, Kodaikanal, he'll pick him in his car. Later on only bus. Those days, same set of boys will go on the car, sitting next to in the bench. From always similar setup. I always to be watching. Swami had multiple purpose out of that. That earning, he increased in all of us, all the others who are not getting that. We should. That is more. Swami likes that. Swami wants you to earn for him. See, that is his food. That is his joy. Okay. So he used to do that, and we all used to feel, Swami is taking him. They used to be always there. That Atangam we say, always used to be there. I'm not getting that chance. So I was totally out of. I was not in form at all. There were some boys who were like unused furniture, sort of. Okay, it's not Swami knows us very much, no doubt about it. And we had that faith, and we continued. We are very happy. And but imagine, what happened. Swami came, I naturally after the examination, when I came out, all the classmates said, "Oh, Superman, I did all three concurrent values, it was fantastic, it was so exact," and all that. Everybody was boasting of. And I was not adding to the insult to the injury, they say, And then I was feeling so bad. I am the only fellow who has done it so badly. Then I didn't feel like going to the hostel drinking my tea also. Somehow rushed, had my wash and rushed to Mandir. There is added, as I told you, added tension. What Swami will see if I have not performed well? Swami will get upset. So those days, Swami used to get upset. I should tell you, when Swami was at that period, see, over a period, the avatar has different modes of, actions, and you cannot question that, we cannot understand that. But he used to be at times very ferocious. We had extreme love of Swami as well as severe blastings. Once you start in a closed room, once it starts firing, it's very difficult to stand there, You will be very tough to bear it. So those were the days, That is how Swami sort of tempered us to say, brought us, groomed us, to see, as we say, Swami didn't start all this institution just for fun. It is all his plan. The avatar had his mission. His mission in this avatarhood was to have his messengers, to go into the world, and truly speaking, it is he who is establishing dharma. He is, I should say, uplifting dharma. We should not say establishing. It is not, dharma is not totally gone. Swami always used to repeat that. It's okay. It's only a kshinim. It has come down. So therefore, Swami will always, to raise the level of dharma in the world, though he is doing everything through us, he is a unseen sort of, doer. And we feel so happy to satisfied to that through us it is getting done. And one more beautiful thing about being a messenger is that as you keep practicing what Swami says and following his message, and then by action you become his messenger, not by mere words alone. And then, we ourselves are getting transformed in the process. Not only we get transformed, we are able to help others to transform themselves. So that is the Swami's mission. That is how the plan probably. That's why Swami gave importance to education first. So that's how whole thing. That's how he brought people. He used to tell us. He was told us once. The very first year of my journey, he told us, "Why do you think I have started this institution? If I ask your parents to send you here just to give you Adhyatmika Vidya, spiritual education, nobody will send. Because you have to eat, you need something for livelihood. No parent will send you here. So, in the name of livelihood, I start you are not here for your BA, BSc, BCom. I have brought you here in the guise of BA, BSc, BCom, and I am here. I am the true educator. You receive from me all that I want you to absorb." That is about. Swami used to give an example. Swami used to say, Mother Yashoda wanted to chastise Krishna. What she used to do? She can't show the stick and call Krishna to come near. So she will hold butter in the left hand, stick into the right hand, hidden behind, and she will call Krishna at him. Here is the butter. That is our BA, BSc, BCom. Here is the butter. Come. Then nobody will mind. Okay, please go. There is some education being given there. So you get, naturally human nature, that we don't want one mango at one throw. We want to have multiple mangoes in one throw. That's a general nature. Therefore, now I show them butter of education, and then you come. Once Krishna comes near, it seems Mother Yashoda will take her left hand away and catch hold of him and give him 2 spankings. So that is how I have brought you here. That is for the same purpose you are here. Okay. One thing I should say, add here, that it's not that we students alone are the messengers. Everyone who has come into the Swami fold, each one has the potential to be his messenger. It is all a question of, what do you say? Maybe I'll put it this way. Many of us who joined his institution needed more tinkering probably. So it took us and with him near him and then tinkered us and sent us out. So therefore, feel happy that once you are in, it is not that your own salvation that is a goal. That is a speciality of our organization. As we move along, we carry along with us all the others, hand in hand, move forward. That is the Swami's way of, his mission. So this is how it is. Days used to be like that. And what happened? So I come to the story. Swami came down. Somewhere I deleted. Swami came down. Lucky I remembered. Swami came down the upstairs. We were all standing. The room where we assemble is the safe room. It's a small 10 by 10 room, and there used to be 2 big iron safes. That's why it is called safe room. So there will be no space. Swami's sofa will be there. Swami will just literally, dash against each of us and then enter inside, come and sit. So crowded it used to be. Some 20, 30 people, 20 people, the room will be full. And especially those of us who have finished our exams will be first there. There will be always competition to be inside there. So otherwise others have to go into the ante room, which is just outside there. And people looking like that. So therefore there's always a fight. And once you sit inside and do Padaseva, hours together, knees will pain. Our knees will pain. You won't believe, I don't mind saying, Swami, please pardon me. We will wonder when Swami will get up. What, he is still sitting? To that extent, so much pain will be there. We'll be doing Padaseva. And it will be a very funny thing. 8, 10 of us, holding Swami's leg up to the knee. Imagine how it will be. Swami will be very cool. Swami will be attending to other things, looking at the letters, all that. Imagine one leg, 10 hands, on the other leg, 10 hands, to keep on doing pressing, light from feet to the thing. And we'll spend hours spending like that. And then and there other things used to happen. Let me come back to this. So he came inside. He had a small bit of, my heart was beating very fast. No idea. Swami came out. He looked at me. He winked at me. He said, Emra, 10% vachinda? He said, have you got 10%? Just go, he said. I was shocked. Imagine he is telling me, I got 10% marks in the practical exam. That number that I entered had no error. See, how they give mark is, actual value, what it is, what you are entering. If there is a difference in the value, that will show up in the error of the weight of the salt that is given to us. Whatever is the weight, the percentage of the weight, that percentage of marks will be cut. Those days people are very sincere. Okay, those teachers, exam system. And they will cut out of 30. And you will get only 27, 26, like that it will happen. I didn't expect even 15 also. I thought I will get 15 because of salt. Maybe at the most 20 I will get it. Swami said, you got 30 and take namaskar. Imagine, he knew me then, at that moment. See, he reads the name. Why I am saying this is, you see, one thing I forgot to mention. Admissions used to be, why I am saying, you are chosen for his mission, how it is, admissions, so many people apply for the college. I get admission for college. Principal is so happy with my academic performance. I said, I will give you admission. But hostel, Swami only has to decide. Those days, it used to be very strict. And Swami was in Parthi. Swami was nowhere coming near Vrindavan. And the principal said, you go home and come back. I'll call you, I'll tell you when to come. Don't stay outside. We used to stay outside. I spent, after coming back, we had both the kinds of experiences. Hot times with the, superimposed by the grace of Bhagawan. Stayed in the Whitefield railway station waiting room with my trunk. College had started. Go to college, come to the waiting room, sit and write assignments. Sit and study. Take bath in the, in the bathroom of the waiting room, or in that, they used to have that open tap in the platform, The early morning, take the mug, and that is how we have spent, some of us have spent time. And then Swami came slowly. And one of those days, the list will be sent to Swami. Swami will go through, it seems, and then he'll take a pencil and start ticking. Because vacancy in the hostel is something very limited those days. Very, very limited. Some 180 people, he needs only 40 to be ticked. And that's how, ticked. And when the admission list came and displayed on the board, and we had a very beautiful office assistant. These are all, things, we are very grateful to such names I should mention. My name is Mr. Amarnath, totally dedicated soul, who did only office job. He just lived underneath the staircase in a small room, dedicated his life to Swami. There are very few people like that, who don't expect much, just to serve Swami. No bank accounts, nothing. Just have food in the hostel, serve Swami. That's very little. Those days salaries were also very little. So he saw me, he said, he used to watch us sitting outside in Sai Ram shed. When the hostel bhajan used to go on, we'll sit in Sai Ram shed. Those of us who are staying outside, till we get the hostel admission. Those were the very beautiful days, When I think back, I can't imagine, it's still so fresh in my mind. So all that time, beautiful experience. And then Swami came out, gave me this beautiful namaskar. So that's how, and one day it happened. Why I'm saying, this is one experience where Swami heard my prayer. And it is like he answered it then and there by hinting me the correct number to be entered. And then he acknowledged it when we came into. That is the beauty of it. So, living with Swami is something very beautiful. What happens? You get to know, you get the acknowledgement, you commit a mistake, you know you have committed a mistake. And he will correct you. See, he identifies you have done this. He will pinpoint. He'll say, yeah, you have done this. In embassy time, after BSc was over, MSc time, we all used to go. Swami said, you have been here. Suddenly one find, we never knew, we never imagined that there used to be going to be a college in Parthi. 1977, I finished my degree. 1979, there was Swami's college starting. 77 to 79, 77 summer course is going on. Swami suddenly sending information. All these final year boys, asked them to apply for PG courses in Central College. We never had PG courses then. It was a Whitefield College was affiliated to Bangalore University, only undergraduates. Swami asked us to apply for. He bought applications and sent it to our rooms. Swami has sent these applications. Please fill up this. And then submit. And all of us applied. Maths, physics, chemistry. Some of us BCom, MCom. All applied for MCom, everything. Entered. And Swami's advice was this to us. So far you have been in my presence. It has been a pure boys' college. Okay, something which I won't mind my saying this because it is Swami's own instruction, therefore it should be accepted. Maybe we needed that advice. Okay, so Swami said, once you go to Central College, it is a co-education class. Therefore, be very careful. You should not look at any girl. You should not talk to any girl. Commandment. We had to obey. You won't believe, we were literally like fools in Bangalore city, in the class. Imagine some girl comes to you for some academic thing. She comes to you, can you help me with this? We'll put our heads down and go walk. We had no choice. Why? Swami's word is more important than anything else in life. That was the thing we had. In this thing, we did feel that. But we had no choice. They started making fun of us. We were two in the mathematics department in the Central College from Swami's institution. Two of us took mathematics. The class had more girls than boys. Naturally, they were all some of them were rogue-like. Okay. And they had fun. Look at these fellows. They're like this. We never bothered. We went and attended quietly. And I got my second rank in the university quietly. Okay, it's all His grace. That is how Swami, what happened? My father was not finding it difficult to send me some amount also for the admissions, etc., etc., Central College. So I can't keep asking anybody. You know what Swami did? Swami didn't directly do it. There was one merit scholarship. And the merit scholarship, there was one girl above me. I was in the merit list, I was third in the class, in the list. There was a second person who was a girl who was also attending the classes. After the admissions were over, classes started, this scholarship was announced. Then what happened? It so happened that the first person didn't join. So second and third were there. The second girl naturally was given the scholarship. And it so happened that she got married and left. Just at the moment when the scholarship came. The whole thing was given to me. Finally, I was selected and I got a scholarship for the 2 years. You see, I was surprised, literally shocked to see that. See, this is how Swami does. We know there are so many cases where Swami has helped also, our boys. So that's how, why I'm saying this, Swami did that. Swami said, and then what Swami said, stay here in Vrindavan and go to city every day. And then Swami bought a Matador van for us. We should go in the van, appointed a driver, go to city, and he'll bring us back. So that's how it is to be. He has given instructions. One day it so happened, and the beautiful thing was, when Swami is there, we used to enter through the back gate of Vrindavan, with the gate near the railway line. That's how the van will come there and stop there. We'll walk through that bougainvillea, the arch. We'll walk through that, come to the bungalow, and cross the bungalow and go to the hostel. And sometimes, when we arrive around 5:30 or so, Swami would have finished darshan. He'll be sitting inside the hall. Inside, all students would have entered for the evening session. And Swami will come out and wait for us. Swami will come out, stand like this, look at the end of that. Look at. And then sometimes he will see us coming. Once we see Swami start coming, we'll lose all our freedom. We'll start suddenly forming quiet and silent, with all our files, and we'll walk single file. We'll walk towards Swami. Quietly we'll walk. Swami is there, we won't move. Naturally we'll stand in front of Swami. One day, Swami called one of us, my senior. Two batches were there, my senior set and my set. Swami called one and said, hey, Pradeep, come here. I mentioned the name. Okay. Come here, he said. So, he went there. He was doing MA English Literature. Kadu, enduku amato maatadavu ee madhyanam? Why did you talk to that girl? Swami said. Straight to, you're all sitting and standing and watching. Why did you talk to the girl? One thing let me tell you, Swami's Maya is so strong, Many times he deliberately acts as if he doesn't know things. So naturally, this boy thought, immediately he pleaded innocence. He put a face like this. Oh, Swami, no Swami. Nice Swami, I didn't talk to anybody. Then Swami said, at 2:15, between the 5th rack and 6th rack, in the library, you were talking, no? He said. He identified the location, place. That person fell flat on Swami's feet. Swami, forgive me, Swami. Then what Swami was, that luckily was very cool. He said, enduku cheptunnanu ra? Why am I telling you all this? Me manchi kosame cheptunnanu. I am telling all this for your own good only. Why do you do all this? So be careful, okay? See, it's a lesson. Who knows, any of us in our minds also will be thinking, why not one day break it? It's becoming uncomfortable. Possible. Swami is reassuring, no need. You don't have to break the rule. Go ahead, stick to it. See, that is how, it's a lesson, Once Swami's word is there, blindly do it, no question. Swami says, go and shout at someone, just go and, must have heard so many instances like that. Just shout and come, that's all. You don't have to feel any apologetic about it. Because it is his order, we have to carry it out. That person will mistake you, no problem. So that is how it used to be. So life was like that in Vrindavan. So MSc finished, okay. Then we come to understand that Swami is starting a college. So as soon as 1979 summer came, suddenly the news comes, Swami is asking all of you to apply for lecturership in Puttaparthi College, which is coming up. See how the instructions keep coming. The plan, his mega plan, future plan. For that only he had prepared us to go through all this. Then all of us applied. Immediately the entire AMAZE, we went to Parthi. We sort of sat on the veranda till the curriculum, the college started. You know what happened? That moment I will tell you. We say, one very important lesson. Many of you would have heard about it through many other speakers also. You make yourself available to Swami, he will make you capable. That's all. I was not good in talking, facing an audience. I had stage fright, severe stage fright. Okay. These days there are so many training programs, courses, how to get rid of all that. I have known such knowledge of all that. But what happened? Only one desire. If you opt for it, you have more years of stay with Swami. The thing is, the purpose is to want to be with Swami. So anything that comes by which you can hold on to Swami, hold it. He said, Swami is throwing you the rope or a stick, you hold it. Why should you say no to it? And as I said, Swami has different missions for different people, over a period. It all happens, everyone cannot be at his feet. People have to move out. Some are meant for his mission throughout. Some are meant for a certain period. Some have mission elsewhere also. See, that is how Swami plans. In my case, it's like that. 10 years I was with him, and after that I came to Chennai. It was a mega thing, I tell you. The kind of effect I could feel that a Sai student coming as a lecturer to an ordinary. I joined engineering institutions. Those days, engineering institutions are very, very difficult to deal with. The classes were full of all that donation kind of students who are not literally interested in studies. They just for the sake of dowry they join, most of them from Telugu and like that. Class used to be 72, 75 guys with girls and boys full. Nobody listened to you, sort of. It's a very unruly kind of a crowd. There, imagine why I'm saying Swami raised my level. What happened, I'll tell you. Let me tell you, come to this stage fright thing. And actually I opted to be okay, I said, we'll become lecturer. I applied. I got selected for Parthi campus. Among us, actually some got selected for Parthi campus, some were left out. Swami absorbed all those left out people to the Brindavan campus. Okay, you be here. And then we joined the Parthi colleges affiliated to SV University, Tirupati, those days. And I was appointed, I was sitting, college had not yet started. Very few of us, admissions are not yet done. We are sitting in the veranda. Very few of us, veranda used to be empty. Those days, Swami used to come out for bhajans. And during one bhajan session, I normally used to sit in the third quarter of that hall, the Mandir lower hall. Okay, the second platform, where our Ratnakar and others are sitting. That platform, upper platform. So that I was sitting there, three of us, near the path, Swami always walks in the center. Near that I was sitting alone, one or two around me. Swami came straight to me. You see, it's like, I was wondering in my mind, I am afraid to face people. How will I do my teaching? Okay, I've accepted, okay. But I don't know, Swami only has to take care of me. Mind was thinking like this. Swami came near me, I said, asking with a very peculiar face, very funny face, Hey bra, no padan cheppagalava. He said, can you teach? Like that, we were smiling, with a very mischievous smile. Hey, can you teach? Like that. I've never expected that question, nobody will expect that question from. So suddenly, just like that it comes. At that moment, I knelt down. It's he who questions, it is he who gets the answer. Okay. I said, Swami dayato chestanu Swami. That's what I said. So with Swami's grace, I will do Swami. If your grace is there, I will definitely do Swami. Manchidi, chustanu, he said. Smiled and gave me namaskar. Chesko, he said. That is it. You see, that is how the thing happens, that whatever he wanted me to get, that capacity, he gave it through that conversation and that namaskaram. Okay. Then I started, first class I did feel a bit, but it was not much, and I went through, and then that's how it happened. I should say that is out of, let me say, humbly proud to say that all those heads of the departments and professors, many of them who are there now, they were all my students, good old days. Okay, because it's I always used to think, Swami, you didn't make me something great, but academically, but this thing you gave me that, because see, to somebody to take up the subject, see, those days only I was the only teacher in mathematics department, very first staff in the mathematics department. Then second and third year another person came. Then I had to, those days junior college was also started simultaneously. So intermediate and degree we had to handle. Okay, is time up? 7, okay. Can I take 10 minutes? I don't know how far I can go. Okay, I'll add, this will go on. Another hour also I can go on. Okay, so I'll just finish it quickly. Okay, so I'll tell you that very funny incident. I said no. Once it happened that there was a Telugu medium. There was Telugu medium and English medium in the intermediate college. And we had teachers separately for that. For Telugu medium there was one more person, Mr. Subbarao, who is still there now. He was the person along with me. And he was handling Telugu medium. There the procedure was, and Swami, our college, both the campuses was in Iswaramba school first floor. That was the college. First year, 1979-80. One wing was college, other wing was intermediate. junior college. So we had to teach both, because in Swami's institution there is no question of demarcation. Do all the work that comes. And what happened was, one day one teacher applied leave. And you know what Swami used to do? In initial years, always, how you take care of a child. The initial year of the college, Swami used to be so concerned. At afternoon, as the bhajan is over, college classes will start by 9 o'clock. As soon as the bhajan in the mandir is over, 9:30, 9:45, he'll have his lunch and he'll come in the car to the campus, to the college, so school. He come to the first floor and walk around to see how things are happening. So it was a time meant for Swami coming. Okay. And I never knew that, I never thought of that. What happened was, one day that teacher applied, Telugu medium teacher applied leave. It's a very funny thing. That was a biology class, imagine. Chemistry, botany, zoology section. Telugu medium. I am mathematics, English. There's no connection at all. And what happened, our Mr. Sudarshan, our very first warden of Vrindavan, great role model, of wardenship, nobody to beat Mr. Sudarshan. Such a wonderful person he was. And he was the principal of the junior college. He said, Shankar, why didn't you do a small help? He said, tell me, sir. You see, this person is on leave. One botany lecturer, probably, I don't know. Then he said, you please handle that hour. Just go into the classroom, engage the students. I said, okay. Having lived with Swami for 5 years and listening to Swami, we can talk a bit Telugu. Okay, I can manage. And I said, I never thought. Sudarshan knew that it is a time for Swami to come. That's why he being a principal, no class should be empty, vacant, without a teacher. He will be caught. He pushed me inside. I went inside. And I was, those days it used to be, in front of my school, on the right, both wings, you see that there's a opening, veranda, and there are two walls close by. There is a sort of a grill, and then the heavy breeze used to come from the hillside. Very heavy breeze, it's like a weir, it will just, too much flow of air will be there. And then the door will be, hitting each other, against each other. So much of noise will create. So normally any teacher, what we will do, will close the door. We'll bolt it from inside. Otherwise it will be making noise. So it so happened that I also bolted the door, it was making noise, and it was second room from the balcony side. As I was talking to these boys, Telugu boys, to botany zoology boy, about Swami and our life, and then I was chatting with them. There was a knock on the door. I went and opened. Suddenly in front of me I see Swami. I got a shock. He enters inside, looks at the student. As soon as they saw Swami, they all got up. And Swami said, Hemra, see, this is the third phase of my career. I'm telling you how this is a structured thing, Swami is asking the students, Hemra, etla cheptunadu paatam. He knows everything. He is asking them, how is he teaching you? Those boys, chala baga cheptunnaru Swami. Whiching very nicely. They should have said, this man is a mathematics man, he doesn't know botany, he is talking generally. Something, truth if they had uttered, probably it would have been different, probably, I don't know. They said, chala, very nice, talking very nicely. Manchidira. And then when he entered, forgot. When he entered, Yendukra door mooskunav. Why did you close the door? Then I said, Swami, gali ustundi, kotkundi doors anta, andukosam moosesanu. Then I said, okay, doors will be making noise, so I bolted. Swami said, okay, manchidi. And he gave me namaskar right in the class, and students were all very happy, and I was greatly relieved. I thought, the other day when I was a student, I saw that happening to a teacher. I myself had that experience. Imagine, usually what happens in school, the DOs enter the school, and then the inspector will ask the students, how is this teacher? So the teacher will be in tension, something like that, no? So that was the life used to be. And then first year, end of the first year, Swami blessed us with that Kashmir trip. That's how, it's a big story altogether. It will take another day to do it. Maybe sometime much later, if you call me, I'll come and do this story. It's a big story. That life as a lecturer was also very wonderful. So many different kind of experiences. Swami selected my guide on the veranda. After third year, Professor Naidu joined the department. The next second person in the department was Professor K.B. Naidu. he was HOD for a long time in Parthi. And he was from IIT, he did his PhD from IIT Chennai. And then Swami told him, hey, then he guide chai, very complete PhD with. I don't know why Swami said that to me. There were 7 or 8 of us teachers there in the hostel, 7 or 8 of us in the hostel. Swami picked me and said, you do PhD. See, Swami had plans, everything. But for PhD, probably I would not have got a job when I came out. See, you don't know, the mission, so many things, intricate things which he alone knows. And why I am saying this is, one principle of, and finally this word, one principle of the college in Chennai, when one of our old students, alumni, met him somewhere during some occasion, that person tells, my principal of another engineering college much later, look here man, we have your Sai student in our college, very ideal, an example for all the other faculties. He mentions this to this person, third party. And that student comes and tells me, I said, we have done, Swami has been so kind enough to get me this award. We don't need any more awards, Somebody, that is the purpose of Swami sending us out, and you should be different, you should be, wherever you are, be a Sai student. That is the hallmark. Okay, many things happen, the forms change, so many things happen. Whatever Swami wanted you to be like that forever, whatever may be the age, wherever you are, be my student, I'll be always with you. Okay, that is how so many other things I think I would have missed out. So, the lessons that I take from all this is that dedicate yourself to Bhagawan's mission. He is there to guide us. He will be with us. After the Mahasamadhi also there has been some beautiful experiences. Unimaginable. When I see this photo, I think I will mention this one thing. This photo is in Sundaram also. When I saw that photo, I remembered that. One alumni meet we had in Sundaram. But as we entered for the morning function, this photo was kept at the end of the hall. The end of the hall in Sundaram, the 2 photos is to be kept within a glass frame. And Swami, after Mahasamadhi, a lot of vibhuti came in those photos and all that. And when I entered after breakfast and I entered inside, I just normally be prostrate before those photos. I looked into Swami. For me, it happened that left eye of Swami was live. Literally live for me. I was shocked. What is this left eye is so live for me? I said, Swami, what is this? I didn't tell anybody. I came and sat in the hall. As usual, the meetings, all that, introduction, all speakers speaking, all that went on. And finally, the then state president of Chennai, Mr. Rani, he was there. He addressed us. He wanted to say something, convey to us, therefore he took the mic. When he took the mic, he said, I want to narrate something to you that happened yesterday. Last night, late after 8 o'clock, after we have closed the Sundaram gate, 2 people came in an auto, wanted to see Swami badly. Then the watchman calls me up, asking for permission whether he can open the door and let them in. It was locked up. Then I said, okay, carry on, because he said one is a doctor, other is his patient, that is a cancer patient, a lady. Terminal or something. She wanted badly Swami's grace. So she entered, wanted to pray to Swami. She saw that Swami, and Swami's eyes, it seems, blinked. Left eye blinked, it seems, to her. He's saying, so when the moment he saw Swami's left eye, closing, opening and closing, sort of, to give her a thing that I am here, I am listening to you, she fell flat and started shouting, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Swami is here, Swami is here. And they gave her prasadam and walked out. I was shocked when I heard this, It's like, confirming to me that what I saw was real. It's not false. Something that happened the previous day. All this happened after Mahasamadhi. Quite a few instances are there. I'll just stop with this. Okay. I hope whatever I could convey these few moments, again by His grace, I hope you all have really enjoyed this session. This one particular moment, I would like to say one thing. This is a great sadhana, I'll tell you. Apart from mere speaking, it's a great sadhana where when the speaker is totally immersed in that good old days, in his presence, seeing him, when I am narrating to you, I am seeing it. Sometimes I used to say, when I narrate, don't look at the person who is talking. Please close your eyes, you be that person and go through it. That's possible. As I narrate, you be that person, and you will get a lot of separate, different thrill that is. Not somebody else is narrating and I am listening. Instead of that attitude, you be that person and then just enjoy it. I mean, that is a parting sort of feeling, thought I will share with you. Thank you so much. I thank everyone. Thank the organizers for giving me this beautiful opportunity. Thank Swami for having given me this wonderful opportunity. I feel this is that, see, that is how I know that Swami is still holding me in his, I always say, Swami, it is Swami who should hold us. We should not think that we should hold on to Swami. Yes, that is, our effort should be there by way of holding on to Swami. But truth is, it is he who has to hold us, because mind can go wrong anytime. There are umpteen number of examples. Therefore, that he has to hold us. So always keep praying that he should hold us, hold our hands together and take us along the path, and finally take us unto his lotus feet. Jai Sai Ram.